Hello there everybody, Sam Strange here, welcome back to the Railway and welcome to another Express video, in fact the first one for 2019. So if you're not already familiar with them, my Express videos are designed to be a little bit shorter than my normal videos. They're designed for people who probably might not be all that interested in the masses of detail, and perhaps for people that just want to get to the running and just want to get to the basics. And also obviously for people that maybe haven't got time to listen to me talk for 30 minutes about a single locomotive, these videos should be for them as well. So I'm going to be doing a diesel running session today, just a mini one. Loads of people say more diesels, so I'm happy to oblige and I've got some diesels for you today. As you could tell by the title, I'm going to be running some blue diesels, so I've picked out lots, well 6 of my favourite blue diesels and DMUs and that sort of thing, and hopefully it will be a good fun running session. So let's get to it with the first one, which is in fact a DMU. So as I say, the first one is a DMU, and DMU just stands for diesel multiple unit. So essentially it's a diesel with more than one car, and sure enough, as you can see with this one, there are 2 cars. Now this is a train pack by Bachmann. It's the class 108 DMU, quite a nice thing. It is in blue and grey, so I think it's only just qualifying for this running session, but I thought I would run it either way because it's such a good runner. So here we go then with the Bachmann 108 DMU, or diesel multiple unit. Here it goes. And it's got lights too, that one, so I'll show you that in a bit better detail in a second. Okay, so this next one is a real classic. This is known as the Class 52, but it's also got the nickname of Westerns, presumably because these ran in the West. So whereas the 108, just coming into the background now, whereas that was strictly for passenger use, I believe the Westerns, or the Class 52s, were sort of multi-purpose. They did all sorts of stuff. And sure enough, today mine has got quite a big Pullman train, and you can see there's quite a lot of coaches there because we're going to do a real test of this one's pulling power. Never shown this one before, so this is a Helgen Class 52. It has the name Western Bulwark, I think it says, and it's the running number, if I could just see, D1073. And this is a Coco, which means it's got 3 axles per bogie. Okay, let's start this off. And as you can see, oh yes, no problem at all hauling those. Let's get it up to a bit of an express speed then, shall we? It is a Pullman after all, you couldn't afford to be late with those. So here we have yet another different type of diesel. This is of course known as the Diesel Shunter, and there's all sorts of different Diesel Shunters, but this is a little 0601 known as the 04 Shunter, also made by Bachmann, and a little bit like the Western, these would pull all sorts of stuff, including freight and of course passenger stuff. Although if they did end up hauling coaches, generally speaking it wouldn't be with any passengers in it, they'd just be assembling passenger trains and that sort of thing. Today though it has got a goods train, it's got some SO wagons. Generally speaking these wouldn't be on the main line, you know, taking trains from A to B or that sort of thing. Although just for today's purposes I'm going to be doing that with it. So here it goes then with its SO train, and of course because it's quite an old-fashioned looking train I have put a brake van on the back. There we go. Okay, so let's get some shots of these 3 running then. So there you go then, that's your little introduction to diesels if you're not already familiar with them. So I've given everything away for part 1 of course, but for part 2 I'm going to let you guys guess what the different diesels are going to be for. But we've got the 04 there doing a good job, the Western there being a great hauler, and we've just missed it. Let's catch up with the 108, which is just trundling along with its passengers. So yeah, quite a nice variety of different diesels there to start with. And of course let me know which one you like the best. I'll put up a poll right now. And of course this Class 52 is an absolute monster. You can just imagine the size of these things in real life, can't you? Let me know in the comments if you've ever had the pleasure of seeing one. I don't think I ever have in the flesh. I reckon I must have seen some 04s though. Lots of heritage railways and preserved railways have those lying around. Sometimes even they use them for shunting and such. And there we have the 108. So that's your part 1 then of blue diesels. I'm going to take these off now and put on part 2. This 04 doesn't even look like it's blue when you see the end there because it's got the wasp stripes. That's what those yellow and black stripes are called. Anyway, I digress. Let's get on to part 2. Oh, there's the 108 just stealing the shot. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back with yet another different type of diesel. Now this one, this blue diesel, is a very, very famous blue diesel. It's known as the Blue Pullman. Now see if you can guess what sort of job these would be doing, and if you want a hint, there's a big clue in the name Pullman, if you know what that means. Okay, I'll give it away then. So yes, this was a very, very famous and luxurious passenger train, and you can see, yes, it's got passenger coaches. And of course, Pullmans, or Pullman coaches, I should say, were known to be very, very luxurious passenger coaches. Now, also the very, very cool thing about this diesel is that if we take a look at the other end of the train, you can see there's yet another diesel. And the reason for that is so that this whole unit, this whole train can stop and go backwards and still have a diesel at the front of the train, which I think is really, really cool. So here we go then with the Blue Pullman. Let's get this one started. Quite a noisy one this, because it is quite an old set, but it still works very, very well, as you can tell. Okay, so this next one is very, very cool, and there's a special reason why this one is cool, but I'll tell you that in just a second. So as you can see, yes, another blue diesel. This one is known as the Class 40, and just like the Western Class 52, it's absolutely huge. And just like that as well, it was used for all sorts of different jobs, but this time, as you can see, it's got some box vans on the back, or in America, you might know these as box cars, but they're all blue as well, you might notice. So let's talk then about the cool feature of this loco. Now this is a Hornby TTS locomotive, which means it's got sound on board, and if I push my sound button, there we go, you can see that we have got the engine starting up there. It does take it a second to start up, and then I can give it some horn as well. There we go, and I'm not sure which direction it's set in at the moment, but if I start it off, oh there we are, that was lucky, it will go forwards. So that is a very, very cool model. Oh, it's going quite fast. Better slow it down. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is way too fast. My controller says that that's at 50 miles an hour, but that is a scary speed. Alright, so last but not least, if you can still hear me over the sound of the Class 40, we have one more blue diesel, and this one is quite special. It's a Class 37 made by V-Trains, but the special thing about this is the livery. Now, if you hear the word livery tossed around, that word just means paint job. It's just a posh word for paint job. And this loco's paint job is in the Regional Railways livery, which is quite interesting. So you've got this almost purpley shade of blue on this loco with the blue stripes and the grey and such, but quite a nice loco. Now this Class 37 is going to be hauling a mixed train, and that basically means it's got both passenger rolling stock and wagons on it. So you can see we've got some Pullmans, we've got some wagons, and then at the back of the train a brake van. Now brake vans are quite interesting too. You don't see a lot of brake vans these days, and that's because modern wagons and things tend to have brakes on them. But back in the olden days, certain wagons didn't have brakes on them, and so you had to have the brake van at the back to slow the train down when it needed to stop. But for now then, let's get back to this 37. Let's put the front lights on, because this one does have lights. Can I do it? Yes, there we go, we've got lights, so that's very, very cool. But for now, let's start this one up then, and we'll have one last running session with all of these trains. There we go. Alright, so I hope that was a fun little introduction to diesels for you. If there's anybody that learnt anything new that you didn't know already, let me know in the comments what that was. But yeah, if there's any adults watching as well, I hope you enjoyed seeing the diesels, even if you would have known most of this anyway. But yeah, I want to do some more videos that cater for the younger audiences, because of course, pretty soon, they're going to be a very important part of this hobby, so it's important not to forget about them. That Class 37 runs so nice and slowly. A bit more realistic, in fact, than the Class 40. With its little mixed train there. Very nice. Now you've got the trains from Part 1 up the back there. All very nice, those are. The Class 52 Western, the Helgren one, just there. That one did have lights as well, but they're not very bright, so I'll be very surprised if anybody noticed them. But the Class 37, I suppose it's not realistic to have such bright lights, but they are very, very bright on there. Let's try and get another shot of those bright lights. Oh, there we are. So yeah, you can see how bright they are. Even reflecting off the track a little bit. It's a lovely colour though, isn't it? That Regional Railways. Just need some coaches for it now, really. I haven't got any Regional Railways ones. I think Bachmann made some. Anyway, this was supposed to be a quick video, so I'll stop rambling on. I'll leave it there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about this video, and that will help me when I make future ones. But for now, folks, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all very, very soon. See you later.